Hello my friends, I am G Hondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 4, the Express Only Challenge. We are picking up right exactly where we left off from the last episode, all the way in fact to the fact that Smokey is still lying on the pillow behind me. I know it's hard to tell it's him because all you can see is his black fur, but that is definitely Smokey. Devil is over in his box over there having a nap, so hopefully he stays that way and he's happy and doesn't come crawling all over me like he did last time. Anyway, outside of cats, let's talk game. So, what we were doing is we had this huge city here of Abercombe, and we figured out there's basically 3 routes it needs to take to connect to stuff. There's this one here, which we finished. A shorter one here, which we also finished. Over here. And the one here that we're going to be building today. This one's kind of snaky, but does the same job. And then we'll add an airport, and that will take us straight down here to where we can connect at Dinning Door here. I might very well add in an airport here at Slaylow. In fact, I'm going to put a little mark on that just so I don't forget. Optional layover spot. Just because that way it's a little bit shorter, just cuts maybe a quarter of the trip. It's still pretty far. I mean, I guess I could put another layover around here somewhere, but or even here. That'd be a good one to put. Yeah, maybe we'll do a couple layovers. That'll work. It's easier on the passengers and easier on the planes because they don't have to go as far per trip. But first, let's at least get this little hub connected up to there, and then we'll worry about the airplanes. And that sounds good. Okay, so here I made a very oval roundabout, but oval about sounds really dumb, so we're still going to call it a roundabout. And I deliberately left myself some room here to branch off before we turn down more in a more southerly direction. So let us go ahead and do exactly that. Okay, let's get some signals here to guard these things. There we go. And very important, let's have something here to guard things coming in. Beautiful. Okay. And the actual station I want is down here. And then it goes from there further on. So I think the station here would probably make the most sense. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a hill, so we'll back off a good ways from it. Excellent. Excellent. Let's get that going here, and that going here. This is a little... Wait a minute. Did I just do what I think I just did? I did. Awesome. Didn't see that house there. Okay, so they're not too upset with me. They let me away with that. I was concerned that they would get upset about all this damage here, and I'd have to stop and build them trees and all that, but they are still happy, so it's okay. I don't know what that was, but I just had a pop up. We'll make that go away, and that'll be great. Something from my virus scanner, but it wasn't an actual error or anything. I think it was just trying to advertise for me to buy more stuff off them. Not right now, thank you so much. Alright, let's get our turnarounds here just before the hill so we don't lose too much speed. Okay. And now we need to bring this back to there. I don't see any hills along the way, so I think it can be pretty much just a diagonal run pretty much the whole way. I'm really good, of course, at lining up diagonal runs with at large distances, which is why that worked so beautifully. That's amazing. I was quite prepared to make a joke about how bad my eyesight was, and then the silly thing worked anyway. So not complaining about that. We'll grab the same depot, and we'll make ourselves a 47 with 1, 2, 3, and 1. That is awesome. And this is Abercombe to Rooningville. Not Villel, Ville. Thank you. Okay, so come on, thank you. To there, back through that, same depot to there. Those will be optional depot stops. Now, I did not really want to change what side of the station you go into, but given the train's almost the same size as the station anyway, that probably wouldn't have made that much difference. Okay, let's go. There's not currently any other trains too close, so there's no pressure on the roundabout yet. But I think I made it long enough that it should be okay. I could probably even fit another signal there just to break it up a little bit more, but right now with only 3 trains using it at maximum, it should be fine. Okay, so far so good. We have stuff to drop off here. And that should make us some good money. There we go. And now we'll just make sure it gets back in one piece, which it should. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for this part. In fact, last episode, as you may recall, I got all the way to the very last connection before I made a mistake. And then still spent a lot of time thinking it was a signal problem, when it was really just a giant hole in the actual track, which is smashingly smart of me. But anyway. Yeah, I don't like that too much, because one coming, trying to go here, has to wait, but still it's not too bad. I don't foresee any real issues here. So, okay, that looks good. Alright, so we're down here in Rooningville, and we need to get to Trunworth. And we need to get Trunworth on probably this side, but this side could work too, because it then needs to come to the side. So I could go this side, kind of jut over and back, or I could just stay on this side, just go over the river, and then come in that way. Now, I think it makes more sense to come in from the side I'm going to be going, so let's just do that. Let us do that. Okay. There was a hill there. I kind of thought I saw one. That's not going to be avoidable. Oh well. Because the only way to avoid that would be to have to turn around way back here, and that's way too short, so instead we'll have to put it back here so as not to bump into that hill. Instead, that means the trains will have to endure that hill when they're trying to use the turnaround, which is unfortunate, but unavoidable. Again, without drastic investment in landscaping that I don't really want to do. Okay, so this will be a bit of a mess. I'd ideally like to not have to deal with this hill, but I'm going to have a lot of extra corners which is at that point just as bad as a hill, so I may as well just forget about that. And just jump up and down the hill. It's unfortunate that these diagonal ones are not allowed to go up or down a hill, so you always have to be going on the either this way or the same direction as this road. It makes it look a little bit messy, but it is unavoidable. Probably could tunnel that. I might come back to that idea. I might just want to tunnel that after all. Looks like there's still more hill here. I'm starting to think I'm just going to end up having this thing just be a basically 90-degree turn when it gets there. Because there's just so many hills here. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. I think it's time for a little bit of landscaping. I think that would be very helpful. And a little bit more landscaping. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that was way more hassle than it should have been, but we got it done. So this is now a very long run, so I want to put the depot kind of in the middle, sort of, so somewhere around here. So let's say right about there. Somewhere around there. 47. 3 passengers. 1 male. Awesome. So you are Runingville and Trinworth. And that. Okay. And you go from there to there and back to there. You are optional. Off you go, and let's watch. So it's a pretty rough trip in terms of hills, but it's up and down all the way, so it's basically always going to have some trouble with hills, but there'll be some uphill, some downhill, so overall maybe it's not that bad. It's hard to say. It's kind of hard to say. Okay. This is the pretty rough section. But it made it through. Now some downhill. So that's not too bad. Bit more hills. I'm very tempted to tunnel that. It'll be expensive, but it will save a lot of time on that trip. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now while I am thinking about it. So basically there and there will start the tunnels. And you're saying there's something wrong with this? probably because I've got stuff. Okay. And you are not flat. Now you are. Okay, let's try that. That's a lot better. And we can connect that all up. Get rid of all this that we're no longer using. Beautiful. Okay, I like that a lot better already. I wonder if there's similar I can do on this side. That might be a bit too long of a... Certainly would save a lot of time though. Well, let's see if it will let me. Usually, I don't remember how far it is, but there is a finite limit to how far tunnels can go. I just don't remember how far that actually is. Okay, so that'll get us to there at least. Let's just flatten all this. See if it's a little happier. Getting there. Certainly getting there. That's better. Okay. Get you all connected up. Get you connected up. That is connected, right? Yes. Okay. And get rid of all this. That will be so much nicer. This part here can't be helped because this is just lower than here. There's no hills doing it. And the rest is all fine. Okay. Okay, you are profitable. You probably have to make that trip about 80 times before you'll pay for that tunnel, but that's okay. Get rid of that sign. Yes, this is so much nicer already. But it's the next one that's going to be really, this one here, that really saves some time. Because there was a lot of little hills along this way here. And that cut out about half of them, which is awesome. Okay. Okay, I'm going to call that section good. Alright, so now we need to cut across from here to here with preparation to go back. Sorry, that's it, over there. So I want to be coming in to go out this way. So that tells me the station goes way out here. And we just have to hope. Well, that was actually technically closer to here. Okay, I don't want that. Don't want that one bit. So I guess we will put it here. And hope they still like me enough to do these. Okay, they do. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If anything, these guys probably don't, but I'm not building one for them anyway, so it's not really a big deal. How far here can I go? I guess I have to do something like that. So this will be a very short turnaround on this side. But that's okay. We'll just do a slightly longer one on this side, just in case. And that will still be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Be even better if I clicked in the right square. That'd be even better. Okay. Okay. Crud, because that otherwise would have worked out really well. Alright. So much for that idea, I guess. So much for that idea. Alright, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. And let's give ourselves a depot, say right about there. That seems good. And 47111, and I've lost mail. Okay, staring right at it, but I lost it. Awesome. Okay, you are Nantwell to Trunworth. Excellent. Okay. And there, and there. That is optional. Zoom over, turn the key, start the clock. Okay, looking good so far. Bit of a hill mess there, but that's fine. Loads up, no problem. Auto saves, because why not? Okay, all seems well here. It's a pretty short trip, so that's okay. Drops to here, makes me some money. Beautiful. That's all you can ask for. Okay, so that is 3 done. Blink. 4 is here. We have to go around P Hall because they now hate me, which is cool. And then we're coming in and then going this way. So I probably should just go around P Hall on the bottom, well, southwest side, and put the station here so it can then turn around and go up. I think that makes the most sense. Makes the most sense in my sad little brain, so we'll go with it. We'll go with that. One of you. One of you. Excellent. Give ourselves room for a turnaround on both sides. That's not where I wanted that. Thank you so much. One there, and one there. Awesome. Okay. And we just see if I actually went far enough. It doesn't look like it, does it? Not quite, but that's okay. Oh, there's a hill there. All right, let's get over that hill. And then we can turn, run a little bit of diagonal to completely avoid the angry people in P Hall. You can see there's some hill trouble here. And since P Hall hates me already anyway, why don't we just make it official? Let's back these off a little bit so I can do a better job of flattening this. That looks better. Relatively, anyway. Okay, and you. And you. Okay, that's pointless. we're going to fix that real quick here. There we go. Because there's no reason to have that little bump. It does nothing but slow the train down for absolutely no reason. And just to rub it in P-Hull's face, we'll line our depot up with their road. Because sometimes it's important to be a jerk. And that. Okay. So you are Tresnor to Nantwell. Okay. And there and there. You are optional. Put the pretty trees back on. Zoom in, zoom in. Turn the ignition. Start the car. Or train, as it were. And put some signals so you don't have any potential for crashes later. Should there ever be a second train there. Go activate this side. Okay, now let's go get some actual pickups. Okay, that was a strange noise. I don't know if that got picked up on the recording or not, but I just got a really weird Windows noise that I did not recognize. So that's pretty exciting. Not entirely sure what that was, but I'm sure I didn't want it, whatever it was. Anyway. Yeah, so this side is a little bit short, but this side's plenty long enough, so it's fine. Okay, sit back here. And sing along here. This part, I think we saw already, is all fine. Yeah, this part's all fine. And there we go. Make some bucks. Beauty. So that's 4 done. And now we come up here. So we need to have room for the terminate as well as an airport. So let's get the station part in first while we still have some sway with the people here. Okay, so that's that part. Okay, we do not have hub airports yet. We're no longer allowed the small airports, so we must use the city size. Fair enough. Okay. Alright. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Okay. Get that little turn there. And let's get rolling out of that city and down towards the other. I'll have to dodge this mine, but that's fine. We can do that. We can do that. Okay. Not that I line these up very well, but that's fine. That's no big deal. And plunk in a depot somewhere. That will do. And you are oh, let's first have a train before I try and name it. That, no, not a 37. 47. Wow. Can you tell I've been recording for an hour and a half straight and I've slightly lost my mind? Wow. Okay. Now let's try naming this, since now it actually can. So that is Tresnor to Chester Falls. Fair enough. And my wife is calling, so I'm going to put a temporary cut in the video here and be right back, folks. Okay, and I am back. Sorry about that, folks. That will only be a few seconds on your side, but it was about 7.5 minutes on my side. The wife wanted to ask me some stuff, so can't ignore that. For those of you who are married, you know exactly why. And for those of you who aren't married, save yourself, run for the hills, never get married. I'm joking. Marriage is wonderful. But it does mean that sometimes you have to stop recording because you have other stuff you got to do. Okay, so I got as far as naming it, but not setting the route. Perfect. Let's set the route. We can do that. You go to there, and you go to there, and that is optional. Flip back, put the pretty trees on, zoom in, start the engine, start the clock. Put your other ear back on, because it'd be nice to actually hear what's going on. Right. Okay, so this side all looks good. Get a load of passengers, turn around. And head down. This part here is just a straight shot through, so it's pretty easy. That part is done. Drop off to make me some money. Thank you so much. Zip around. And zip through there. I forgot to put signals on for safety. That could have been bad. There we go. And this part we know is all fine, because we've already done that. Okay, so this part, the train part, is good. Now, we need to do the airport part. And we decided we were going to do it with some layovers. I think that was the first one, and then that was the second one. I should have put spot 1 and then spot 2, just in case I lost track of where I was, and then that's the actual destination. Okay. So let us go ahead and get an airport for Predingstoke. The only airport size we're allowed is there actually a area where it's flat. This is a little bit hilly out here. Was there a building there? I didn't see one. Oh, yes, this one house wrecked it. There we go. And let's put some road stuff in just to see if we can scoop up some extra business for the airport. Because if it's here, it might as well also make us money, right? Awesome. And we were using not the Darwins, but the Bakewell. I keep saying Blakewell for these, and I don't know why. Probably because I see the L there, and it somehow my dyslexic brain pushes it back. Anyway. Okay, so you are Menford. to Chester Falls. Right, so hangar, runway. To hangar and runway. Hangars are optional. Should they be optional? They should probably not be optional, even though it slows it down a little bit. The last thing, see, it's one thing if a train breaks down, it just kind of sits there, takes up the track. It's annoying, but not a big deal. If a plane breaks down, fireball. So I'm going to make the maintenance forced. Make sure this is in fact set to passengers and mail, which it is. And let's make sure that we turn the keys to the ignition on. That'd be helpful. All right. Excellent. There, of course, won't be anything on the plane because that one wasn't an active station yet. And we're auto-saving, so it's a bit slow. But that's fine. I don't mind. There we go. There's a plane here. It should float down here, so it comes in this way. And beautiful landing. Go get your maintenance back up. Since this is part of the train station, this is an active airport already, so it's got plenty to work with, which is awesome. And now we take the flight back. Right. And we're almost there. Is there actually a hill right in front of the... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I was going to say, that would be an awful spot to have to try and land coming down off a hill, but... There we go. Makes me a ton of money, has some people to take back. So that part is done. So that's layover 1, done. Layover 2 is down here in Slalo. We can work with Slalo. That we can do. It's a bit easier to find a spot to put it, if nothing else. Which is nice. That is nice. You are mad at me for placing that there, though. Okay. I guess all I can say is have some trees. In fact, have a lot of trees. See if that has appeased them sufficiently. Yes, just now it's too far away, but there we go. We just have to find a spot where they're happy. Okay. Excellent. Get rid of the sign. Bakewell. Nope, not the Cotswold. It was the Bakeswell Luckett. Correct. Okay. And this was Slalo Menford. Slalo Menford. Yes, please. Make sure you are set to passengers and mail. You are. Hangar. Runway. Runway or the other. Oh, don't do that. That was awful. I'm sorry. Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. Keys in the ignition. Out you go. Airport is now active. Get up in the air. And fling ourselves northward. There we go. I'm not sure why it didn't just make the original turn a little sooner, just not to do that little jog in the air, but What do I know? This is an active station, so we should have no trouble picking up. Not quite full, so I guess it's not a very busy airport yet, but still it got some, and that's good enough. Probably because I can only put the stations here, but the bulk of the city's further over here, but it's okay. It's more just to make it official that I'm connecting pieces, because that's all I'm really interested in. Here. There we go. Cruise in. Fix back up. Make a couple of bucks. And load back up. And you are good. Excellent. And finally, because we just had the 2 layovers, we're going from Slalo down to Dinningdor. So let's see if they will, A, even let me put an airport in here. Or is it going to do that weird thing again where it doesn't think it's part of the same station, even though they're literally side by side? You're going to do that weird thing, aren't you? I still have no idea why that is the case, and if anyone does know and can explain it to me, I would be delighted to understand it. Because currently, I don't understand it. Like, it seems convinced it's nothing to do with this place, despite how close together they all are. I just do not understand. Oh, wow. It can't be a problem with local authority. They're very happy. So it's clearly that it doesn't think it's close enough, despite, you know, how close I was putting it. Okay. I wonder if it's because it's in use while I'm trying. That shouldn't matter, though. That really shouldn't matter. I guess I'm doing those silly transfers. Or putting it through a different city nearby. Let's try if maybe Lesdingstoke is willing. Maybe not. Is anybody willing to... Okay, from here you're willing to go to Lesdingstoke. That suggests to me that the actual square that I'm highlighting, like the one where the mouse is, isn't the actual primary square for the airport. It must be like right now I'm pointing to the top, like the mouse is on the top, like the northernmost one. I'm thinking it's actually the easternmost one that's the actual square. So I wonder if I can fit. See, I'm not going to be able to fit that to get close enough to here. I think that's the problem, and you can't rotate as far as I know. So that actually makes some sense then. That's fine. We will put this to Lesdingstoke then. That's close enough for me. Just need to not have that sign there anymore. Okay. Sorry, because every time I moved the mouse, the whole thing would move, so it was hard to explain, but the mouse pointer was locked to this square, but I think it's actually either this square or this square, probably this one, that actually counts as where the airport is, in terms of, is it close enough to be part of the same network? I just don't know if this was using the train station or the roads. If it's the roads, it's probably this square. But if it was, in fact, the train station itself, it's probably this one. It's impossible for me to tell because the train station and the roads were already connected to count as a single entity. but the actual, in terms of where it actually exists for connectivity purposes, I'm pretty sure is locked to whatever one you put down first, which would have been the train station. So I'm sorry if that explanation made it worse or more complicated than it actually was already. But I don't know how else to explain it. So if you're not sure, ask a question, and maybe by the time I see your comment, I'll figure out a better way to explain it. Maybe. I'll try anyway. Okay, having said all that. Bakewell Luckett. So you are going to be Lesdingstoke to, what was the other one called? I've already forgotten. Slaylow. There we go. Okay. And you are set to passengers and mail. That's good. Devil is beating the crap out of a cat toy. That's good. Smokey is over on his box and he's happy. Sorry if you didn't notice, the part I cut while I was talking to my wife, Smokey actually jumped down. So it wasn't because I kicked him off. He was done being up there. So don't worry, there is no animal cruelty taking place on my show. That would never happen. Okay. Anyway, we're going from here to here to here and here. Beautiful. Zoom in, turn the ignition, start the clock. This is already an active station, so it should have no trouble picking up at least some. This isn't a very large city though, so it's never going to be full, but it's going to at least have something. And it, again, the important part is it's a connection. So as long as you can officially take my network from any city to any other city, it doesn't have to be an easy trip, but you can do it, and that's the whole point. Okay, and we arrive at Slallow. There we go. Get that reliability clicked back up. Drop these people off. That still makes an okay amount. The other plane hasn't been here in a while, so we have a full load going back. So yeah, this should be pretty good. All right. Zip, zip, zip. In here. See its shadow here. And we pop in for a landing. Go get our maintenance put back up. Go drop all these people off, and this should jump up very nicely. Very good. Okay, so that is that whole section. Our main network was done, obviously a long time ago. So we go through Slaylow, through Menford, to Chester Falls, which in turn connects all the way back to Abercombe, which is the hub for all of this, all these orange signs. So pretty good for 2 episodes. I think that's pretty amazing. Unfortunately, I was not paying enough attention to the timer when I was on the phone with my wife, so I'm not sure how close I actually am to time control. So I'm apologizing ahead of time if this episode ends up being short or long, but I think it feels about right. So I think I'm just going to do the usual check for vehicles, and then we'll call it. And again, I'm sorry if we're actually a little bit short, but I think we did really good work the last 2 episodes, and I know for a fact we don't have enough time to start another whole section. So let's just buzz through the vehicles and make sure we haven't missed anything, although I don't think we have. Yes, we did have one, because I don't remember this being here. We're not going to use it, but oh, I wonder if I accidentally ever took a LB9. No, I guess not, because these it would be showing here. So basically, oh, okay, so it's just a slightly smaller version. It's a little bit cheaper, slightly better shelf life, but basically half the capacity. So definitely not interested. Okay. We will disappoint ourselves by looking at the boats. Oh, look, we're disappointed. Anyway, let's see if we missed any vehicles. Nope, that's an older one. Basically, I know this episode started in 65, or maybe it was 64, but it was mid-60s. So unless I see mid-60s here, I know it's right off the bat, it's an older one. So it doesn't look like we've missed any new vehicles. It's a bit weird that there hasn't been any new road vehicles in so long. I guess it's more interested in planes now than anything else. Oh, hang on. We have new stuff here. We already had the Henry. I always thought that was Henry, not Hendry. I don't know why. But anyway, we have our first electric. That's definitely new. Same speed. More powerful, and it's lighter. So what that means is it will struggle on hills a lot less. Basically, well, the actual weight you probably shouldn't worry about too much unless it's ridiculous, because the actual cars each weigh about 35 tons as well. So the drop in weight of 30 tons here is effectively like having one less car. So it's nice, but it's not critical. The jump in horsepower, though, basically about a third more horsepower, means it can recover from hills so much better. So we will definitely want to be doing that. And actually that gives us something we can do before, because like I say, I think we might be a little short on time control. So yes, we are definitely going to do that upgrade. And we'll replace all right now. But what that means is, excuse me, we need to upgrade all our track. All our track. This is where the big button, I think it's Railroad Tycoon 3, might be a different one. But one of the games I used to play a long time ago with trains had a single button that you could click that would just upgrade your entire network in one click. It is amazing. Here we don't get to do that quite so easily. Let me just try and think what the most logical way of doing this is. Because as you can see, I have a lot of rail to be done. I mean, it's not like it takes a long time to actually do the upgrade. It's just a case of, actually performing it. Oh, do I not have... I thought there was a... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I lost the upgrade button. I was going to say, if it's going to make me rip it all up and replace it, then it will be a huge deal to do this, but... So yeah, because you can do entire large swaths at a time, so that part's not too bad. But, of course, if you miss a section, then it's sad times. So I'm trying to do each individual little circular network together all at once to make sure I didn't miss anything. Like there, where it looks like I missed just a tiny little bit. But that it would be enough to completely stop the process. Okay, so that was that circle all done. Or at least if it would show... I guess that's a little bit visibly different. I was going to say if it would show a difference in the actual tracks, but it's so hard to tell. Well, anyway, I guess we won't worry about it. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing. And just hope we get everybody. If I miss any spots, please yell at your monitor. I won't hear it, but it'll make you feel better. Did I get everybody up here? Looks like it. Okay. That part was done by road. This part's all... You don't have to upgrade the trams. They are their own. They're their own beast. You don't have to worry about those. So that's all that section done. So let's come do this long section here. All right. I think that's everybody. Yep. Good. And now let's do this section here. Okay. This little section here. Okay. The section we just built. Okay. And this whole blob here, so basically all this and then all that. Then what we do is we run the trains and see if any of them complain about being stuck. So that, as far as I know, is all that done. So let's go ahead and start up. The neat thing about that upgrade button is it also updates the train depots. So now it will let you buy the electric cars, and they actually can get out of there nicely. Still the diesel one. It's just, it doesn't matter which one I watch. I'm basically just following the life of any train just to watch it do the upgrade. So as good a train as any. Okay, it's going for maintenance, which means then it will get the upgrade done, which is awesome. There we go, and we are electric. That is awesome. What I should look for, I guess. Let's go to that, some of the newer section we did, which I don't think I actually upgraded, so that would be a good reason to come up here anyway. And what I was going to say is, and see if we can find an area where we had a lot of hills. Oh, I didn't do this section. Oops. Because then we can really see how much better they are at making it through those hills. It's a good thing I thought to do that, or I totally would have missed this section. Oops. Which section was bad for hills? I think it was... Well, this section was. So you are still the diesel. I mean, it's going to be hard, of course, to be able to just point on the screen and say, okay, well, that's how much it improved. But just visually, we should be able to see it doing decisively better. Hopefully, anyway. Hard to tell with the autosave going, but so, yeah. There we go. so there's a bit of a hill here. I was looking at the wrong one, so that was helpful. Wow. You are still diesel, right? Yes, okay. So you can see, so it drops right down to about 30k on that section. So the best thing for us to do will be to wait till it gets back to that section after having done an upgrade. That will be the best way. Then we'll be able to tell very easily. And now I'm concerned I might be over time control, but that's okay. If we're just a couple of minutes over, I don't mind. And if this thing doesn't want to go to maintenance, I'm going to send it there. Okay, it's going anyway. That's fine. I was going to say, if it didn't want maintenance, I was going to send it just so we could make that happen. Okay, so you go ahead and get yourself changed up. You are now electric, which is awesome. So the section we're going to be watching is in here when it's coming back this way. Because we saw it drop to about 30, 35k on these multiple close together hills. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it or not, because it might be too fast, but yeah, it's still dropped to about 30. Okay, so it does still drop to 30, but it gets back up to speed. That looked about the same speed to me, and we're not even on high speed, so I would say it's definitely an improvement. It's really hard for me to objectively prove it to you, but I think we can all agree that electric is better than diesel anyway, so we'll go with that. So anyway, folks, I'm not sure where we are in terms of time control, but I'm assuming we're pretty close, so I'm going to call it an episode there. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, and until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching.